Hey guys, how's it going? I think we are about ready to rock here. Let's see, how many people do we have? We have, okay, we got Ino, CD, and Mary, and I guess the rest of the Americans are too lazy to get up here, even though it's noon in the East Coast. So it doesn't matter. hmm And we got a guest. We got a guest actually today. We have BBM. If you guys haven't noticed, he just woke up evidently. Say good morning to everybody. Oh, uh-huh. And look at this. We have a really cosmopolitan set of people in the chat. We have one person from Australia, one person from Central Europe, and an American. Mary, who is not a lazy person. She's actually awake and ready to rock. Yeah, Mary, this is a Celtics shirt that my wife got me, and they were handing these things out when she visited the East Coast, and it was on Asian American Night. So it's kind of funny. It has this Boston Celtics and has like Asian American Night right beneath it. No, she's not a Celtics fan nor a basketball fan in general. But I was gonna show this just in case Felicia showed up in the chat. So anyway. So yes, so basically, so she can accuse me of being a racist wearing this shirt. anyway, uh, anyway, I think we should start because we don't want to hang on too long here. Trying to keep this thing underneath an hour, and everybody knows the rules. It's pretty much winner take all per question, and only one board. And as you can see, the topic is history. So let's go ahead and get going here. So the topics for today is the Middle Ages, historical nicknames, inventors, famous historical quotes, explorers and exploration, and evil rulers. And these are some pretty bad people. So hope you guys have read up on your really evil people through history. Uh, and the first question to kick it off will be, what's my favorite color? because I haven't even made one. So tell me, guys, what's my favorite color? Okay, Ricky got it. It was blue, so that was easy. So it was actually navy blue, but good job, Ricky. Good job. You know what? That's something I forgot. I was on this in the morning, just like making these questions, and I kind of like, you know what? I forgot to put an opening question. So that was the best I could come up with. Was what's my favorite color? Uh, What's your? hmm Hey, can you guys hear BBM? Because I don't have his picture up. Yeah. If not, I can slap on his picture on the screen. So can you guys hear him? Okay. well, in the opening screen, I did. See, this is what happens when I invite somebody in at the last minute. So let's go ahead and fix this. All right. So can you guys hear him now? I'm sure they can hear you now. So
They say no.
they can hear you. I'm positive they can hear you. Say something, BBM.
Say something, BBM. Still nothing. Still nothing.
Yes, yes, see?
Okay, now they can hear me. Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. So it wasn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
All
What
right.
you guys really thought he had a
You guys
picture of
probably
me?
thought I was talking to like an invisible person.
Oh.
Oh boy, see, it's getting really bad right now. So
Hmm.
sorry about that, guys. It was kind of a last minute addition. So I think we should get going here. So, Ricky, you said famous quotes for two. Basically, name the person who said this quote. Okay, and of course these quotes can span, the history of mankind. So here is the first question. Clothes make the man. Naked people have little or no influence on society. This
That
guy's
sounds like
brilliant.
you. Oh my gosh.
All right, Ricky gets it for two. Yep, that is Mark Twain. I would accept this Samuel
Huh.
Clemens, but yeah,
Love his
I mean
books.
he's like the most awesome author of all time
Hmm.
because it's all about satire with him.
You made Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer, right?
Yep, yep. Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, Tom Sawyer, the Leaping Frog of Calaveras County, things like that. That was a short story, but that was easy. So, Ricky, good job. Quotes for four. J.C. Penney. Anyway, uh, revolutions are the locomotives of history.
Hmm.
Another profound quote.
Sounds like a U.S. president said something like that.
Nope, it was a German economist, name
Wow.
of Karl Marx. So somebody didn't get it, who's from Central Europe. I'm not going to name any names, but yeah. So yep, that's Karl Marx, and that was a really good quote. Basically, the whole point is that in order to impose change, like really drastic, compelling change in the world, you must have revolutions, a constant state of revolutions.
Like what I said, it sounds like American president starting wars to gain money.
Yeah, but I don't think Donald Trump is trying to impose any kind of revolution.
It's not that late.
I,
Not
I
yet.
think he has a different revolution every day he wakes up, or a different idea of revolution. So, okay, that was the political rant of the day. So, Ricky, go ahead. You got that one too. So,
I guess quotes up, quotes of
hmm
six.
quotes for six. All right. The question is, our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall.
Batman's father,
No, you
Thomas
you
Wayne.
you would think that this would be like some sort of like 19th century philosopher type, but no, it's not. Wow, these guys are quick. I should not put these pictures up. I think it's too easy. But it'll get harder as we go to 8 and 10. So, yep, the answer is Confucius said that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of interesting, because I would expect it to be more of a modern philosophical, kind of saying, only because this seems to be very, what's the word? Very 20th century,
It is.
where everybody gets a star, that kind of thing in kindergarten for just participating. But
Hey,
hey,
hey, hey, I
he
was
was a
bad at art and crafts. So hey, when I get like a star just for participating, drawing just a straight line, god damn it, I deserved it.
yeah, but this guy was a man ahead of his time. So, so Ricky, go ahead and pick. Ricky's on a roll right now, a Rick roll. Quotes for eight. All right. Sorry about that, guys. And the question is, the highest result of education is tolerance.
Hmm.
And Chrissy's in here, so let me go put her in. Let's
Any
see.
talents for
Yep.
inhuman.
This was Helen Keller.
Never heard of her.
First first deaf and blind person who ever got a college degree in the U.S. She was deaf and blind, man. That's pretty cool.
It is.
Yeah, and it's true. Just because you went to college, if you're not tolerant afterwards, I mean, how educated are you in life?
She can do it. Anyone could.
Exactly. Pretty profound. She's pretty cool too. And here is the la- last. I don't know what Ricky's gonna do here, so go ahead and pick a question,
Ricky's too
Ricky.
busy, hollering at me. You never heard of how Keller broke.
BBM's pretty young, so I mean, they don't talk about Helen Keller much in school anymore. She's kind of passe, evidently. It's more about Disney movies you know, and the MCU. Just kidding, dude. Just kidding. Just
I'm not Felicia, Just said
kidding.
superhero movies and CW shows. Then I'll be okay. You got a point.
Yeah, it's maybe I'll make a quote one day on like the state of education in the U.S.
No, I can go on a rant on that.
And I put a picture of myself right next to that quote. Who is this person? It won't be that famous, but whatever. Hey Ricky, go ahead and pick a question.
Mary B got it first. She,
Oh,
he
Mary B.
said.
Sorry, Mary
I don't
B.
know if it's on
Mary
your
B.
side.
I was just so used to saying Ricky, so. But Mary B, you get it. Middle Ages for six. Okay, cool. So this is everything regarding the Middle Ages or any kind of question. So the question is, the Caliphate of Cordoba ruled over much of this European peninsula in and around 1000 AD.
Wow.
Yep, and we have our answer. It is not Spain, that's a country. The peninsula is the Iberian Peninsula.
Hmm.
So it is CD gets it. Good job, CD. For the 6 points there.
Copy CD now.
Impressive. Copy CD on the Middle Ages. Yep, it's the Iberian Peninsula. Because the Iberian Peninsula includes Portugal, guys, not just Spain. That's a little factoid for everybody. So, CD, go ahead and choose.
Exactly. I know. Why copy? I prefer the troll answers, but that's just me.
All right, evil rulers for six. Okay, so I made a list of some pretty bad people, and throughout
You don't have
history.
Trump on there. I'm just saying you missed out.
No, 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 no current bad people. That's the hint. So anyway, I'm gonna get struck here in YouTube for saying this kind of stuff. So number six, it's a daily double. It's worth 12 points, and the question is. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, this Countess of Hungary is the most prolific female serial killer belonging to a noble family. Probably of all time, if you kind of think about it, who's been caught.
Joffrey Baratheon.
Wow, look at the smart person here. Yep, Elizabeth Bathory, Countess of Hungary. Yeah, she was pretty much a modern day vampire. She basically lured around like 600 girls into her castle and basically killed them and bathed in their blood.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, but she was a ruler. She's part of the ruling class in Hungary. Yep. Yeah, she wasn't very cool. Pretty bad person. So anyway, good job, I know. So you get 12 points for that.
Guess when you don't have plastic surgery, you gotta kill a whole bunch of like
Oh
young
yeah,
women and
yeah,
stuff and just bathe in their blood.
yeah. It's pretty crazy stuff. Yeah. Uh, I know. Your choice. She got her point, so she's leaving now.
Evil 8 now.
Yeah. Yeah, see, okay, so evil rulers for 8. And the question is Ugandan general who massacred 300,000 civilians during his reign.
Hmm.
Yep, we got our answer. You guys are quick. I actually retract that statement about, basically betting on the timer against the field. The timer hasn't rung out once yet this whole match. So, good job, guys. Yep, Adept is Idi Amin. Yeah, he came into power like around 1970 and basically imposed martial law and basically killed off any person that dissented against his government.
Hmm.
And he was overthrown and spent the rest of his life in Saudi Arabia. So he was never tried for his crimes.
Damn.
So he's kind of lived a life of luxury in Saudi Arabia and died. So yeah, not all evil dictators evidently, you know, get executed. So that was who was that? Who won? Mary B. Mary B. with the 8 pointer. And Mary B. is your turn. Go ahead and pick.
I miss waiting for the Lord Voldemort. Who killed hundreds and thousands of
No,
wizards.
this is not about movies. Everybody's talking about Trump. Let's lay off the Trump hate at least for an hour or two on a nice, beautiful weekend. Okay. I'm thinking you mean inventors, Mary. So let's go with that. Inventors for 6. All right, famous inventors throughout history. Oh, you want nicknames? Okay. Okay, historical nicknames for 6. Basically, I'll give you a nickname, and you tell me who this person is. The Scourge of God.
Hmm.
Full names were appropriate. Things like titles. You can just give me the title or whatever. Yep, we got it. Quick. And then Ricky Hunt got it. Yep, this is Attila the Hun.
Haha, got that right.
Yeah, he was like the precursor of Genghis Khan, right? I mean, he basically came
Hmm.
in there and basically swept across Western Europe with the Goths and the Huns and basically ransacked Rome or tried to ransack Rome before he got killed. I think he died of some sort of sickness. So, uh,
Too
that
much milk of the
is
poppy, maybe.
the what?
Too much milk of the poppy, maybe.
Yeah, or a sexually transmitted disease. I don't know how he died, honestly, but he died before he can actually take over most of Western Central Europe. So, yep, Attila the Hun is it, and that looks like Ricky. So he gets his 6 points, and he gets to pick the next question once it pops up. Yeah, who would Attila the Hun's counterpart be in Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire? Probably some Dothraki warlord is my
Mhm.
guess. The barbarian invasions and whatnot.
Then he
Yep,
picked
yep.
close for time.
I agree, Mary. Drogo would be a good one.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, they were horse. They basically fought on horseback, just like the Mongols did. Hey, Ricky. Oh, there it is. Quotes
Close
for
for
10.
time.
Let's finish it
Hey,
off.
Johnny.
There's no such thing as a free lunch. And the hint is it was a Nobel Prize winning economist who said this.
Hmm.
Hey, Johnny.
I think I have an answer, but it could be the
And
answer.
Mary got it right. Yep, it's Milton Friedman.
No, I thought that was Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah, Roosevelt never won. He won a Nobel Prize for, I think, a Nobel Peace Prize, actually.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
my
but he never
Nobels
won a
stuff.
prize for economics. There's another president that won. I'm trying to think of other presidents that won Nobel Peace Prize. But nope, it was Milton Friedman. And Mary B gets it, gets the 10 points. Good job, Mary. That was quick. And yeah, there it is. Carter. Yep, he won it for the Camp David Accords. Thanks, AU. I was trying to think of some other ones too. I wonder if FDR ever won. I don't think he won. So anyway, inventor. Maybe Woodrow Wilson
Hmm.
won one. But that could have been before the Nobel Peace Prizes were actually formed. So, all right, um, inventors for six. This German blacksmith invented the printing press circa 1440. I want a faux name for this guy. Again, only titles were appropriate, but faux names are implied with these questions. This is one of the probably the greatest inventions of all time. Without this, invention, a lot of people wouldn't know what the hell was happening in the world.
Now I'm curious what this
No, it's not
invention
Theodore
is.
Gutenberg. It is Johannes Gutenberg. And Ricky Hunt got it. All right, Ricky knows his inventors.
What
Yep,
was the invention?
the printing press.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, before that, all the books were written by hand, and of course, the only people that are actually able to read and write were guess who?
man.
Nope. Well, men, yes, in on a broader sense, but it was really the clergy, right? Religious orders.
True,
A
true.
lot of people didn't, so they basically wrote the histories, right? For better or for worse. By having a printing press, you're able to kind of spread out, you know, basically the news as well as, basically making the common people more educated, right? It'd be a lot easier to teach the common people how to read and write if there's a lot of books around. So anyway, he was a cool guy, and it is Ricky who got it, so he gets the 6 points for that one.
In
And
my defense, Johnny, I'm not looking at the YouTube. I just have the top chat popped out, which I should change to live chat.
so Ricky, what's the next question? Historical nicknames for 10. All right. And the question is the father of science fiction.
George Lucas.
No. All right, Mary gets it. Yep, it's Jules Verne, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And he was the one. He was the one, the first like author who actually wrote down that man will travel in space.
Ah,
Yeah. Yep. So he predicted it. I'm pretty sure other people who weren't authors predicted it way before he did. But he was the one that actually wrote it in a book. So
who was the first to say man will time travel?
yeah, he's a pretty cool dude. Yep, Jules Verne. He is also, and I read this. He's also the second most translated author of all time, behind Agatha Christie and I think it's Tolkien or something like that.
Hmm. J.R. Martin will never be up there.
No, GRM is not on the same level playing field as these guys. I'm sorry, guys. Everybody loves Game of Thrones, but he is not even on the same ballpark as these guys. Okay. So, and Ricky gets the 10. Was that 10 points? I think so, right? Yeah, it was 10 points, and Mary gets it, and Mary gets to pick.
Did I say J.R. Martin?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, no
George
coffee,
R. R.
no
Martin is
breakfast.
not in the same. He's not even in the same playing fields. Explorers for six, and that question. And this is all about famous explorers. Could be throughout history, right? So it's not just dedicated to the Spanish conquistadors and just exploration in general. So it could include space exploration, or it may not include space exploration. So, and the question is, in 1516, the Spanish explorer disassembled his ships on the Atlantic side of Panama and then reassembled them on the Pacific side.
This sounds so familiar.
Hmm. Full names, people. All right, we're finally going to get a timer here.
Wow. The answer, I guess not.
The answer is Balboa, Ferdinand
Hmm.
Balboa. And then, of course, after he waded into the waters of the Pacific, he claimed the whole Pacific Ocean for Spain. Because that was just the way those Spanish conquistadors were. So, yep. Yeah, precursor of Rocky Balboa. So,
Hmm.
no, no, he wasn't. But anyway, yeah, Balboa, man, famous dude.
Not
and
in
then
my
and,
books.
and then he went back to Spain because he was really ambitious too, and was executed for treason or something like that. So,
Wow.
so it was nobody. So that means Mary gets to pick again. So question number 13. Okay, so the Middle Ages. For Clause 39 in this document of over 60 articles was the beginning of the principle of due process of law. Yep, the answer is the Magna Carta. Good job, Ricky. Yeah, it was a pretty long document if you think about it.
You
60
think?
articles. Yeah, yeah, I mean, of course, it really only helped the noblemen, right? Against the
Hmm.
king. It only protected the noblemen. I mean, the small folk still didn't have due process until way later. But, at least the noblemen were protected, and that's all that matters, right? Just like today, we only care about the rich people in high society. So, all right, that's my social rant. So we got, uh, who is it? Ricky gets 4 points for that. Man, Ricky's rolling here.
A year would have been a help. That's Mel. He wants to make it a little bit challenging.
Yeah, it's the Middle Ages, guys. Okay, so how many really important documents were in the Middle Ages that basically had to do with secular law.
Yeah, only document I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm calling for the Middle Ages, possibly what
Hmm. Oh, was it
those.
Mary? Wait a minute. On my chat, the chat that rules all, it says Ricky gets it right there before Mary. It was Ricky, I know, and then Mary.
Yeah, that's on my end as well.
Yeah, yeah. So Ricky, it's your turn. Ricky, don't lose that number. Nicknames for eight. All right. And the question is the Mad Monk.
I know this. No,
Yeah,
wait a minute.
yeah,
No, I'm thinking of One Piece.
yeah.
Same character. A character has that name, nickname.
Guys, what I keep on saying about first names? Okay. Full names only, and we got it. I think that was just a typo. Yep, Jagori Rasputin.
Hmm.
Yep, Rasputin, the Mad Monk.
I have to
Yeah,
look
he.
him up to see if it's correlation to that character, because the
Yeah.
author is known to like grasp from actual people in history.
Hmm. Well, some people knew it. I know what his first name was before the timer. Yep, Grigory Rasputin, and yeah, I mean he was pretty interesting dude. I mean he basically put the whole like the Tsar's family, before they were overthrown, under like his spell. And I guess a lot of people were pissed off about that as well because they thought that he was uh, running the government. So
Put them under his spell. Well, hold up.
well, not, I'm putting him under spell, not literally, but he was like the
Okay.
advisor, right? Because no, he was just he's basically like this Svengali, right? He just kind of like influenced a bunch of people with his weird predictions and his weird sayings and everything like that.
So like a modern day Melisandre.
Yeah, yeah, without the magic though, right?
Hmm.
So let's see, we got who was that? That was a 6 pointer, is that right? I'm trying to remember. Okay, Niggins for 8. Okay, and Ricky got that one. Alrighty, so Ricky, it's your turn. Nicknames for 6 has already been taken, Ricky. So, do you mean 4? There you go. It's okay. So 4. And the question is Cardinal no. You just can't give me a name, guys, for this.
Hmm. I'm guessing Cardinal Doomsday is gonna get this first. Bad joke, I guess.
You guys can't just give me a name for this. Okay, okay. We got it. We got it. Yes, before he was Pope, his name was Jocks Ratzinger. Okay, but what I was really saying, looking for, was the actual was Pope Benedict the 16th, right? So he was the Pope right before the current Pope Francis. And the reason why he was called Cardinal No was because he was really against female priests. That was his big thing.
Wow.
So he would say no to basically females who would try to enter into the priesthood.
It's like basically been like that since
Yeah,
the beginning.
yeah. But I mean, 21st century, right?
Mm,
I mean, if women can be in armed forces fighting for the country, they should be priests, right? They should be able to
true.
be priests. So
I
yeah,
never
yeah,
really
it's
thought that Mary, Mother of God, was the first
yeah.
priest, that she was the first to say yes to God.
No, yeah, and I know did get it because the other people said John Ratzinger. That was not the correct answer. So it's is I know. So she gets her 4 points for that. And it is I know, it's your turn.
Quick celebration from I know in the live
Yeah.
chat.
John, I wouldn't accept John anyway. I mean, I would accept it. It's like saying I would accept John Gutenberg instead of Johannes Gutenberg, right, for the inventors.
Hmm.
So couldn't do that, man. So I know. Go ahead and pick something.
Might need to get a timer and pick a random category.
Yeah, really.
Evil 10.
Evil 10. That sounds like a movie, right? Evil Dead 10. And
Don't give him.
yeah, no, that's the next trivia category. So, Evil Dead 10, and and question is: This European monarch forced millions of people into slave labor in the Congo. I should say in the Free State of Congo back then.
Is it free anymore?
But yeah, it's still free. It's an actual country now.
Hmm.
It used to be a colony underneath this person's control. He wasn't a great person either. Yep, it's Leopold II of Belgium. I would have said just Leopold II, but you got the Belgium in there, which was cool. CD. Yeah, yeah, he wasn't very cool. He basically, it was interesting. He basically liberated the Congo citizens and basically dismissed slavery, right? And of course, then he said, "Look at me, I liberated the people. There's no longer slavery in Congo." But what he did afterwards, basically, was to force all these Congo people to basically work the mines for him in slave labor. So they weren't slaves, but they were like indentured servants almost, right? Like work camps,
Hmm.
working the
Quote unquote.
mines. Yeah, and yeah, it's total hypocrite here. So, and of course, they were really big into the practice of hobbling. Okay, back then, basically, if you tried to run away, they were basically just break your kneecaps or better yet, what they normally did was cut off like your foot or half your foot, so you won't run away from the camps.
Oh, that's vicious.
Yeah, I mean, Western Europeans aren't really nice people, especially, in the colonial territories. But since they write the history books, this stuff gets glossed over. So what are we at? We are got 10 points. Good job, CD, for that guy. And it is your turn. Yeah, I mean, there's been some pretty wicked people in world history. Middle Ages for 8. And the question, hey dog, and the question is: the Catholic clergy was supported by these payments in the Middle Ages. Basically, it was 1/10 of all the parishioners' incomes. And this is why they were so rich in the Middle Ages.
Wow.
So, what types are these payments called? And CD got it. They were called tithes,
Hmm.
not indulgences, but tithes. Indulgences more like gifts. Yeah, but they were actually required to give everybody who attended a church was actually required to give 1/10 of their income. Yep, the practice of tithing. So, CD, good job. You got that guy. And that was for 8, I think. Yep.
Still don't give money to that church.
Yeah, and they haven't paid taxes either, right? So you get all this income from other people's income, but yet you're exempt from taxes.
Yeah, because yeah, isn't like all organized religion exempt from paying taxes?
In the U.S., the church is
Oh, okay.
exempt from taxes. I'm not sure if the church is subject to any tax in other countries, but for sure in the U.S. they are exempt from taxes, and that
Let's
is a
make a religion. No.
yeah, and that is a big deal considering in the Constitution this whole separation of church and state, right?
Ah, I got it in.
Yeah, but no, we don't do that. So the Middle Ages for 10 is the next question, and it is: in 762, the Abbasid dynasty of caliphs moved the capital of the caliphate from Damascus in Syria to this city. Name the city.
I only know Damascus from religion.
Yep.
Yep, you are
Yep.
Ricky. You're the only
Yep.
one who's
Ricky,
saying
you're
it's
the only person
buffering.
that's buffering. And we got it. The answer was Baghdad. That's where they moved it. So, CD, the expert in the Middle Ages, gets the 8 points, I believe, for that one. And, oops, and it is CD's turn to pick. Yeah, they were never moved to Constantinople because it was still Eastern Orthodox Christian, right? And caliphates are Islam. So no Constantinople, okay, for a caliphate. Just saying, guys. So anyway, evil rooters for 4. And the question is, this Tsar had a nobleman eaten alive by his dog and forced millions of his citizens into serfdom.
Oh my gosh.
No rolling eyes, okay?
This is Ramsey? Bubbleton?
Nope. It was Ivan the Terrible.
Nah.
Yep, it was. He was actually the first Tsar of Russia.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't a really cool guy either. So. And Mary B got that one. Ivan the Terrible. And that was for 4, I believe. And so was Peter the Great. He was also great. So, Mary B, is your pick. Inventors for 4. And the question is, his vaccine for polio first came into widespread use in 1955.
Hmm.
Phone names, people. All right, we got it. Yep, the answer is Jonas Salk. And Mary B got that guy. Got that one. So that was 4 points there. Bonus question: what U.S. president was afflicted with polio in his later life? It's for 1 point here.
I'll say Roosevelt, but I could be wrong.
Yep, FDR. Yeah, it was FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Yeah, pretty sad. So it's why if you look at those World War II films, you would never see him in front of a crowd. He was
Mhm.
always behind like a podium or something like that.
True,
Yeah,
true.
because they were hiding his crutches and his braces, and then or being helped, right? So it's it's pretty interesting how they kind of hid that from the American public.
Kind of good idea.
Yeah,
They may think he was weak or something.
yeah, exactly. Because back, in the 40s, right, men shouldn't appear to be weak.
To this day, apparently.
Yeah,
Unless you're in like The Last Jedi, you're weak.
yeah. I said I would accept titles when appropriate, and FDR is a very long sentence, very long name to write down, and I'm sure people would have misspelled the hell of it, and that would have really pissed me off even more. So anyway, FDR is okay. Mary, is your turn. So go ahead and pick a question. Explorers for 4. In 1853, Sir Richard Burton became one of the few non-Muslim men of the time to visit these two M cities. Just some random English explorer who became famous for visiting a couple of cities. And Mary B got it. Yep, it was Mecca and Medina.
Hmm.
Yep, very sacred cities in the Islam faith. No gringos allowed for a while. Until this guy came on, evidently. So
Apparently.
apparently, yeah. So that was a 4 pointer, I think. Let's see. It was, and Mary B got it. Good job, Mary. All right, Mary, your pick. Yeah, Moscow, Montgomery. Montgomery, Alabama, and Moscow in Russia. Let's see, we got the Middle Ages for two. Okay, quick fingers for this one. The ninth century Chinese accidentally invented this using saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal while searching for an elixir of immortality.
I was trying to think of a Chinese food that would make a good joke for this. I can't think of anything off the back.
Yeah, we got the answer. It is gunpowder.
Ah,
Yeah, gunpowder. Yeah. Yeah, so this was an invention that was discovered by accident, like most inventions are, and good job, Ricky. So he gets the two, and of course, you know, Marco Polo went east, bought the bought the gunpowder back to Western Europe, and Western Europeans, being Western Europeans, they decided to basically make weapons out of it. So, what can I say, right? What can we say?
man creates horrible
Yep.
inventions to
Yep.
kill humanity.
Yeah. And it really was just for fireworks, in China. So Ricky gets it.
And why did they create the atomic bomb? Just to create some type of originally.
Yeah, well, I think Einstein, not well, Einstein was one that actually did the theoretical physics part of nuclear fission, but he was trying to basically, it was all about an energy source, right? The whole nuclear fission
Hmm.
idea. And then, once I think it was Fermi who created the first nuclear, not reactor, but it was like that cyclonic thing, a big centrifuge, right? That basically spun really fast to separate out the uranium atoms. That's when he decided, okay, well, it was during the war, so let's go try to make a really big bomb out of this process. God, what is the name of that device? Anyway, starts with a C. It's basically a big centrifuge that spun really, really fast to separate out atoms. It was really Oppenheimer. Teller was another guy, but he was more of the father of the H bomb, not the atomic bomb. And Fermi was the guy that actually had that machine, that big old centrifuge. No, it wasn't a core. It was a God. You guys gotta get me going. What this is? Starts with a C. So I remember. That was who was that? Gunpowder. Religious for two. That was Ricky gets the 2 points, and Ricky gets to pick the next question. Sword got it? Nope. According. Wait a
Oh,
minute.
that's a
Yeah, you're
turn.
right. Sword did get it. Good job, Sword. Sorry about that, Sword. And sorry about that, Ricky, for those 2 points. And Sword, you get to pick. I didn't see her sneak in.
We were on that atomic bomb rant, and you forgot.
Yeah, and you guys are like basically. I need to figure out what that word is. So, Sword, take a. Can you give us the next question that you guys want? I mean, it was a nuclear reactor, but it wasn't called a nuclear reactor back then. I got it. Yep, it was a particle accelerator. That's what he discovered.
Oh,
Yeah, that was Nikolai. That was Fermi, not Oppenheimer. Those guys. It was inventors for two. And the question is, this American was the first to be awarded for the electric telephone in 1867, awarded for a patent in the electric for the electric telephone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It had C's in it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Like you guys knew what it was. Like you guys. Anyway, so anyway. Yeah, Alexander Graham Bell. And Dog gets 2 points for being a smartass. So anyway. So Dog is your turn. Go ahead and pick. I said the patent. He didn't actually invent it, right? I said awarded the patent for the electric telephone.
Mm.
Yeah.
So isn't that kind of like a gold star? Because you didn't really invent
Well,
it.
it's more like stealing, right? If you can get the patent first, like back then, I guess in other countries they didn't have a patent process, right? But in the U.S., in order to do business and everything else, and because because American society is so litigious, right, about legal shit and lawsuits, you gotta have patents before you can do anything. So, according to my screen, the chat at Roosevelt, Mary B got it first. So sorry, dog. Another mistake. And you deserve that for giving me shit. And Mary B got it. So Mary B is your pick.
Because what you may see is my morning face, and you don't want to see
Yeah.
my morning face, CD.
And nicknames for two. The question is the Maid of Orleans. Mary B gets it. Joan of Arc.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 points for that guy.
Was she just hearing things?
The, the what? Yeah, yeah. She heard vision. She saw visions or heard voices from God. She won a lot of battles doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So before the men in the religious establishment decided to kill her off
Poor
for
Joan of
very poor
Arc.
form. Yeah, because I don't have to ask the questions if there's a picture there. So I know. So Mary B. Okay, there it is. Explores for two, and the question is: Fridtjof Nansen crossed the big ice cap in the interior of this really big island in 1888. He looks like an actor in Vikings, doesn't he? And somebody got it quick. Yep, the answer is Greenland. It's a really big island, and in northernmost you do see a nice cap. So actually, the whole literally most of the island's covered in tundra, so that could be frozen ice.
Hmm.
So yep, it's Greenland's the answer, and CD got it for 2 points, and it is your pick, CD. Once the board comes up.
Well, I'm trying to sneeze, and I just can't sneeze to save my life.
Can't help you. Inhale some pepper or something.
That would be a good idea. BRB.
Go ahead, CD. Eva rotors for two. All right. And the question is: This Roman emperor declared war on the sea, amongst other things he was famous for.
He declared war on the sea.
Yes, he declared war on the sea. Yeah, dog. Guess it. It's Caligula.
I'm taking it too literal.
Yeah, he was a pretty crazy dude. He arrived on the shores of England. Then he thought that Neptune was a shit. It was a kind of a shit god. So he basically ordered his soldiers to basically go out into the ocean and whack the waves with their swords. And then after that, then he ordered his soldiers to collect seashells on the shores, and that was evidently Neptune's tribute to Caligula for being the victor over him.
Wow.
Yeah, he was pretty crazy. Amongst he liked to kill people. You know, the normal Roman emperor stuff he was very good at as well. So, um, all right. Who was it? Dog, your pick. Inventors for 8. Yeah, he made his horse a senator evident. I mean, but nobody really knows about that one because when I was reading up on him yesterday, that could be an exaggeration about
Hmm.
this whole making a horse a senator. But anyway, inventors for 8. Daily doubles were 16, and the question is, he came close to precisely calculating the value of pi. He invented siege weapons and hung out in bathtubs, famously.
Hung out in bathtubs.
It's a figurative saying for one of his inventions.
Mm.
No, the show is really good though. Patrick Stewart was in there. I Claudius. Yep. CD got it. Yep, that is Archimedes, probably the greatest mathematician of all time. Yep.
Hmm.
He calculated pi. Invented. He basically invented catapults, pulleys, and screws to make catapults with, and levers. That was his main thing. And basically, he figured out how to determine the density of an object based on how much it displaced water in his bathtub. That's when he shouted out "Eureka!" famously.
No.
Yeah, so that was 8 for CD. Yeah, he was a pretty awesome dude.
So if you want to make something that'll change the world, go do it in the bathtub.
Hey, he clarity clarity of mind while taking a bath. A moment of clarity, right? While taking a bath.
Next time, make trivia
Hmm.
questions. I just do it in the bathtub.
Yep. So, and the reason why it was so important was because back then, in the classical period, there was a lot of counterfeit gold. It was really pyrite,
Hmm.
right? That people were selling off as gold. And this was a quick and easy way of basically figuring out, what was real pyrite and what was real gold, right? Because gold is very, very dense, so it would displace a
Hmm.
lot more water than pyrite would.
True.
So if you can calibrate a specific amount of gold to a specific, displacement of water, then you can figure out what's gold and what's pyrite. That's some mineral talk for everybody out there. Uh, so we got explorers for 8. And question is, all right, in 1935, Lincoln Ellsworth became the first man to fly across this continent. That's actually worth 16 points. Right here. Mary gets it with, yep, it was Antarctica. That was pretty cool to fly across Antarctica in a plane back in 1935. And Mary's her pick. Inventors for 10. Inventor best known for inventing the first self-developing camera system. This might be a hard one, but that's why it's worth 10 points. I want the name of the inventor, not the self-developing camera system, guys. We know it's Polaroid. We know it's Polaroid. That is not a 10-point question.
I haven't used a Polaroid in years.
Done. Okay. No, nobody got this. His name was Edwin Land, Land. I mean, it's not just Polaroids he invented. He invented like polarized filters for photographic use. So he is pretty cool. And nobody got that one. So Mary, I think there's only one more question left. So you don't have to pick anymore. Last question, guys, before the golden snitch. And this explores an aspiration for 10. And the question is, an expedition by this Brit claimed the first reaching of the South Magnetic Pole in 1909. The Southern Magnetic Pole in 1909. Okay, guys, I guess these last two questions were a bit tough.
Think.
uh,
Finally, the
it
time.
was
Let me
Ernest
see.
Shackleton. Shackleton was it, right? Hillary was the guy that climbed Mount Everest. Your William Perry guy, I think, was the first Englishman to land on Japan. And the Bird guy, I don't know what Robert Bird did. So, um, anyway, we're done with the board. And remember, the golden snitches were 50 points, and I'll give you guys a score update right now. We have Mary B with 61. Then we have CD Carno with 50. Then we have Ricky with 38. And we have I know with 16. And Sword with 2. And that is it. So everybody is in a running for this golden snitch question. So Mary, I know, Cardno, and Ricky are all in a running for the win today because the golden snitches were 50 points. And the category is 80s music. You ready, BBM?
Hmm.
And the question is, name this band.
Another band question.
No, it's not Toto. That was already used. Ricky gets it. Yep, it is Duran Duran. You remember those guys, BBM?
Yep.
Yep.
Do I like them? Nope.
Oh, they were awesome. What are you talking about? They're awesome.
Like a couple of their songs, but I'm not a diehard fan.
Hungry like the Rove? Come on, man. So at the end of the day, Ricky wins it with 88 points for that 50-point golden snitch.
Yeah, how much points do you want?
50 points. 50 points, yeah. So he got 38 plus 50, 88 points.
Well, he just stole it.
He stole it, yeah. Well, golden snitch is the golden snitch, right? It's just like the golden snitch is worth 100 points in Quidditch, or 150 points in Quidditch, right? Once you win, you win. Once you get it, you win. So, all right, Ricky. One last thing for you. Basically, for next time, pick two numbers, and the board will be composed of 50% one category and 50% another category. It was just too difficult to make one board full of history. It's too boring. So let's split up a board into two categories this next time. Just one board. I mean, that's all we're doing on these Saturday trivia things. So two, Lord of the Rings. Four, A Song of Ice and Fire. So those
Ooh.
will be the categories for next time's Saturday trivia. So anyway, thanks for coming,
You're
everybody.
welcome.
Thanks BBM for coming, and thanks for all the people in the chat for coming and playing today. I know it's really, really early for a lot of Americans, noon and everything. But anyway,
For me, yeah, I don't sleep until like 4.
yeah, and I think it'll be really fun next time for the Lord of the Rings and Song of Ice and Fire. People can start mixing universes together. So I guess that's it. So want to say goodbye, BBM?
Bye all. Thanks for playing. And remember, don't be an evil ruler like the one said in this chat. Don't bathe in women's blood. Bathe in pig's blood. I hear that's good for the skin.
And again, thanks a lot for coming. And in a few weeks, we'll be doing another one of these Saturday trivias. See y'all later.